What's happening, guys? I'm N64 Josh. This is N64 Jen. How are you?
Good.
Good. We're going to talk about Animal Crossing. This is our second Animal Crossing video. We're going to keep doing these things one a week. Who knows? Maybe two once we get more info for the game, or if we just feel extra hyped for some reason. You know, who knows? But I get this question all the time. Why Animal Crossing? What is it about Animal Crossing that we like so much? Either from people who have never played or who haven't even really owned a Nintendo system for a long time or whatever the case may be. And the Switch has brought them back and they can see some of the hype like in my Discord and on Twitter and things like that. Just people were really excited for Animal Crossing. Our love for it goes all the way back to the first game. Mm-hmm. Back to a time almost pre-internet, right? Like the internet was still kind of the Wild West. There wasn't a ton of information out on it. You could basically do chat rooms.
Yeah.
And so we had magazines. We had Electronic Gaming Monthly, Nintendo Power, Game Pro, those kind of things. And we kept seeing stuff about this game, Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And we knew it was a Nintendo first-party title, and we were only GameCube owners at the time. We only had GameCube. We didn't play any other system. We did not have the PlayStation. We did not have the Xbox yet. And so Animal Crossing was like, hey, this is a new first-party title from Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Let's check it out. And we bought the game. We brought it home. Had its own memory card. I remember it was like, it's a little different. You know, what's the deal? Is this a massive game? We really had no clue what to expect. And we fired it up. And we got our first mortgage. And we started shaking trees. And kind of the rest is history. So what do you remember about that first game and kind of the magic of it?
I think I just loved how different the concept was. I loved being able to shop and be able to decorate my house, and it was just fun having cute little neighbors to talk to and always having a reason to turn it on. There was always flowers that needed water. There was always fruit you could sell. The different times of day you could catch different bugs or fish. And it was just fun. It was just something very different from anything we've played before, and it just made you want to keep playing it.
The answer I usually give is it's one of the few games that I play where I lean back instead of leaning forward, right? If I'm playing a shooter or I'm playing Mario Kart or something that I'm competing in, I'm leaning forward and I'm concentrating and I'm trying to win. In Animal Crossing, your goal is to relax.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do in that game, and there's so much to do. If you want to collect, you can collect. You can collect fossils. You can collect different clothing. You can collect the way you decorate your house and the sets that go with that. The list really goes on and on and on with that game. And however you want to play, you just want to make a ton of money. That's the fun you have. You just want to see how big you can make your savings account. You can do that, and you get special items from doing it.
Right. And I think that's part of it, too, is everything that you do, depending on, there's always a reward for it. And you didn't know what it was, though. You didn't know you were going to get something special for having 1,000,000 bells until you did it. And all of a sudden, you get a letter in the mail with a special, And so that was what I think was fun, too, is that every day kind of was a new day. It was a new experience. It wasn't just something that you put it in and you played through and beat it, and now what sort of thing. It was something that you just didn't know what was going to happen next until because even talking to different townspeople would give you different, conversations or different just even tasks to do. You could do favors, I don't know. There's just always something throughout the calendar year with holidays and seasons. There was always something new. And, and until, it had been out for a year or more, you didn't know what to expect. Every day was new. So it was just fun.
Yeah. And I remember when we first got the game, the first thing we had to do was get all the different varieties of fruit in the game. And now this wasn't a simple task like it is now. You could just go online and say, hey, does anybody have apples? I have cherries. Let's meet up. Back then, you could have gone into a chat room maybe if there was some Animal Crossing chat room. I don't even know. You could hope that your mom in the game would send you a letter that had fruit you didn't already have so that you could plant it and have a variety of fruit trees, because your town comes with one fruit. If it's peaches, you're going to have plenty of peaches, but they're not worth as much as all the other fruits if you shake them and take them to Well, back then in the first game, it was taking him to Tom Nook.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I remember that being something that was exciting when we finally got all the different fruits, you know, because you didn't even know if the tree was going to plant.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't even know that was an option yet because you didn't even start with a shovel or any of that. Like, literally, you start the game and you talk to Nook and you get a house and you get a mortgage and now you have to pay him back. And you don't even know what to do. So, like, you wander the beach and you look for shells to pick up and you go and sell them for like 20 bells,
yeah,
right?
That's pretty much
and
it.
then you look in his shop and you're like, oh, there's a shovel. I wonder what that's for, you know? Oh, it's 480 bells. I guess I better go find more, seashells or whatever. And so that, you know, and then, yeah, we started experimenting and, yeah, you didn't even know. Yeah, you could be wasting precious fruit and your tree not even, you know, grow because it was planted too close to another tree.
Right.
Like, you had to space them. You had to, I don't know, it was it was kind of a fun challenge, like a little puzzle, right?
Yeah, to make sure everything will work out. So we got this game and we were new parents.
Yep.
Right? Like we mentioned in the last video, like it was our son's first word was Nintendo because of the first Animal Crossing. Well, we took this game down to my aunt and uncle's house and we're explaining this game to them and they're like, they've told us after the fact a few different times, like, we thought you guys were crazy. We're like, how is getting a mortgage and doing chores and paying this thing back, how is this fun? How is this fun? We're like, we can't, I don't even know if I can really explain it to you, but it's one of our favorite games now. And so we head down there. We had like a 4-hour drive. It was really crazy. It was really raining hard. Our son, like, it was just a very interesting drive down there. And we get down there. It was a little bit late, probably like, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock. And get the baby to bed. And we fire up Animal Crossing. Before you know it, she's passed out on the couch. And it's 3 a.m. And my uncle and I are like, okay, I don't think we can catch it. We don't have any more room for any more fish. I guess we can just keep putting them in the house maybe, but we're running out of space in there. What kind of bugs can we get? Like, we want to pay this mortgage off all of a sudden. So we are going crazy trying to get this thing started. And we spent the rest of that weekend just playing that game. Like, I don't know that game got turned off. It just kind of just kept getting passed around. Like, well, what do you need me to do? Well, let's go fish. Let's go hunt bugs, whatever. We just passed the controller around all weekend. When we left, they went and bought a GameCube and a TV for their kids for Christmas in September. And every night after their kids would go to bed, they would set it up in their bedroom and play this game so that pretty soon all of a sudden I'm getting, because you could send letters through code, and that could be, you know, so if we needed an apple and they had an apple, they could send us one. They'd have to call us because we wasn't even texting really back then. Hey, write this code down. Right. So you write it down, or maybe they emailed it because that was the future. And so you write this code down, all of a sudden, hey, we have an apple. We have a letter that has an apple in it. Or we have my face all of a sudden was in the game. And now people in my town are wearing my face.
It's still there.
And it's still, it's on the door of my house.
Then, close.
And so there was just something magical about it. Yeah. And I mean, I think it just lets you relax. Yeah. That's really what it is. Because after the initial, like, jumping in to all the games, after, like, the initial, like, okay, I've paid off a couple mortgages, my house is paid off, now it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to look for fossils, I'm going to try to catch the fish that are around for this season, the bugs that are around for this season, and then that's it. I kind of did my dailies. You know, and then the game even added some stuff. New Leaf actually added daily things so that you could go and do a couple things for a different currency.
Right, yeah.
And so you really can play as little or as much as you want with this game. And, I mean, not only did we love it, our kids, our kids, we think we have 5 copies of New Leaf in the house. You know, like, we're all pretty hooked. It's my most played game on 3DS. It's definitely her most played game. She might even be double my time, maybe. And, I mean, we love it. Yeah. We love it. I even fired it up last week after the announcement of the game, like, because I found out there was new stuff to go and get, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot we haven't even completed. I have, the app I have on my phone now, so I can keep track of my catalog, and that's something I really enjoy doing, is trying to complete it 100%. And
Crazy.
I don't know if I will actually, I don't know. We'll see. I want to, but I really just can't wait for the new one to start. And I think that's what has kept us going, is knowing how much fun that first one was and how entertaining it was, and knowing that, the future ones would always be that, but then more. Like, well, what else did they add? What's
Right.
new to explore? What's new to plant? Because that was a thing too, was planting your turnips.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Planting turnips. Yep.
And then even just the stock market now, it's like that's something new. You can
The
do
stock market, which is turnips.
stocks.
Like turnip stocks, right?
And so, but again, that keeps you like playing every Sunday to buy your turnips, and then checking it every day, twice a day, to see what the prices are. And I don't know, it's just, yeah.
And that's the other thing too, like if you're into flowers, you can plant all these different flowers,
Yes.
and if you plant these two kind of flowers next to each other in these colors,
hybrids.
then you'll get a hybrid that pops up. And then if it's a black flower, like a black rose, and it dies, and you water it with the gold water can, now it'll come back as a gold rose, and that's the only way to do that.
And it won't die.
And it won't die. And so, and if you have a perfect town, then Jacob's ladders grow all over your town, and that's the only way that flower will grow, is if your town is perfect. And you get a perfect town by having X amount of trees so close to each other, and flowers in all these different spaces. And thankfully in New Leaf, you could set your town ordinance to beautiful, and it wouldn't allow weeds to grow, because otherwise you've got to pick weeds every day, water all your flowers.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'll die. The flowers will die unless
Right.
it rains. And you do see some townspeople going out and watering too. That's
Yeah.
the thing. This game is going even when you're not you're not playing. Your little village, the other townspeople and stuff, they're watering. That's about it. They're not. I mean, they're just wandering, that kind of stuff. But if you don't go to the store on a certain day, the next day it's going to be new items in there. You're going to miss out on what was there the day before. So it's the kind of thing you just go in and check. They added fortune cookies in New Leaf. If you open the fortune cookie, you got a little ticket. That ticket would then be redeemable for like special items, and that's how you could get the Wii U and the DS, which then incorporated new actual games you could play. And they've just progressed the series every time. Like, there were some major things that were like, why is this like this in the GameCube one? Like, you go back and think about it now, and it's like, there's so many great changes in New Leaf that are going to be in the Switch version, and they're going to just add to the Switch version as well. And it's been in development a long time, so it's exciting. It's really exciting. And the other thing that the game had done for her in particular is, like Wild World on the DS, she was able to kind of use it to fight like being homesick and that kind of stuff, because her and my aunt would get on the phone and visit each other's town and go fishing together and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was really neat. It was fun to be able to do that and be able to see what each other was wearing, and we would just show each other our houses, like, hey, come check out my house, and it was fun how we decorated, because you could decorate it every season with something new. And yeah, I mean, to each person's taste. Like, you could do rustic, like, cabin stuff. You could do modern stuff. You could do fancy. But I mean, it was just, so it was always fun. And then to see, well, what did you accomplish? How did you get that model, sort of thing, So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I would say this game is for completionists and collectors.
Yeah.
And people that just want to be able to relax in a game.
Yeah.
On the regular. And what's great is you can complete multiple things. You can complete your you can catch all the varieties of fish and complete that aspect of the game. You can complete all of your fossils in your museum. You can complete collecting all of the paintings that are authentic and not fake ones.
That's hard.
And that's the only thing. I don't think I've done that in New Leaf. And then you collect all the bugs and that kind of stuff. And then they even added in New Leaf the ability to go swimming and then go diving for different things and stuff.
That's a lot of fun.
Right? And it was totally new to be able to jump off the cliff into the water.
That was my favorite part, is you could just run and jump, or off the cliff or the dock.
Right, yeah, totally. And so that was new. Like, oh, we could swim, So the possibilities for this next game, it'll more likely incorporate everything that we have thus far. Man, I can't wait. I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm so excited though. I'm really excited. So hopefully that answers the question, why Animal Crossing? it's just the game to relax with.
Yeah.
That's really it. So.
It's good.
Yeah, very good. All right, guys, if you've liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing another one next week, and leave some comments down below for us. Like, what are some topics or questions you guys might have that we could answer on this, on these episodes? We'd really appreciate the feedback and whatnot. So, thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.